Disorderly conduct.
There was a fight?
Disorderly conduct. You know, we gotta adjust to adjust.
Oh, wow.
To adjust. So I think that's what happened. Anyway, I got nothing to do but lie in my bed and follow because everything high tea right now.
I'm gonna go and look on KMTV and see what's happening.
Oh, wow. But you know what people can do the football game, they can fight?
No, they're supposed to like watch the football game. They're not supposed to fight.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what happens. You're not used to civilization. I'm trying to see what's the score.
I am in civilization.
About 1, Bassa 0.
Oh,
Boy, the basketball, I can let it winning.
Winning what? They were making noise before the game started.
yeah, please stop. I got bad background.
But we're talking to you too, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I mean, the way that I saw all the posts, I was like, oh,
yeah, the best of people, the game is not over yet. So let's
but you ain't score yet.
Wait, we got Bassa blood in us.
So let me ask you something, because you got Bassa blood, we can't talk.
My dear.
No, you have to.
Hey, it's a Rose.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, Happy New Year.
To all of you. Love you guys.
Love you.
Yeah.
I can't hear her, Robena.
You can't?
No.
I talked with your daddy yesterday.
Oh, okay.
He all right.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
Hello, all of you.
Hello, Auntie Rose. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah. I hope you all looking good.
Thank you, and so do you. You look cold.
Yeah, it's cold today. It's a little better today than day before yesterday.
Oh, wow.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
But I need to come visit you soon. I just get out of the call.
You want to go over?
She's gone. Adios. She left.
Yeah.
Yes. I got it.
Okay, let's get this.
Okay. Love you. See you later.
It's been a very busy week, so Happy New Year, ladies. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know what it is about this year. I'm so excited about it. And I be damn, I'm not going to make any like stupid New Year resolution. Like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight. Nah.
I think that's because you have finally come into yourself. Like, you are accepting you for who you are. You're not trying to be anything more or less than what you are. Take it, whatever. This is what I got. Take it. You like it, leave it.
Yes, Nene. So everybody, welcome. Yeah. I don't know.
New Year.
I haven't even drank anything with the exception of New Year's night. I haven't had one glass of alcohol.
That's good.
Good for you. Congrats.
Yeah,
that's good.
So, and I'm feeling good. But I will say, so welcome to a special edition of Salamartu and Friends. Today is Wednesday, January 12th. It was exactly 1 month ago that we did our last show in 2021. Oh, yeah, it was December 12th. 30 days. So for everybody watching, please like and follow and share the page. This year, we hope to give out a lot of some gifts, like made in Liberia or made by Liberians. I think one of the things that we didn't really do was focus on the diaspora. So of course, this year we want to focus on Liberians, whether you're on the ground or you're in the diaspora. If you're making something, you're doing a business, we'd love to promote your business. It's all love. So of course, this week I was telling Charlene, and we're waiting on Klade. We're waiting on the British woman. I think she just joined. Yeah, these British people then they clean in no time. Oh. So I was
She's
telling
still
you
on holiday.
2 weeks gone. Their month is a long month. So I was telling Charlene and Robena that this is my new favorite, made by a Liberian. I would say it's a young Liberian named Camille. She and her partner, of course, they're doing pound cake. It's called pound cake. And pound cake is it's a cosmetic line. But the first product is lipstick. And it's so funny, you know, when I got the lipstick, it smells like cake batter. I mean, it smells like vanilla, like pound cake, like vanilla cake. And it feels so good. And one of the things that I love about it is that it lasts a long time, but they have different colors for different shade, especially some of us who are a little darker, you know, who are a little darker, got a little bit more chocolate, cocoa.
Melanin. Got some melanin.
Yeah. So pound cake. Yeah, pound cake. I mean, they just launched it late last year. They've been in like just about every major magazine. She's doing so well, but this is the first line of product from the company. The company is called Pound Cake. So they just launched lipstick. And the other good thing about it, for those of you who are environmentally conscious, I would say, or the animal rights people, is 100% vegan. So they didn't use any animals, to create this product.
Okay, but while you're talking about it, why don't you put some more so we can see?
Oh, I took a
No,
picture with
because
it.
you're as dark as me.
No, I gotta go. So
Okay.
I'll take a picture and post it. Yeah, I have to go take my vaccine, my booster. Hi, Klade.
Hi, people. Happy New
Hi,
Year.
Happy New Year, Brett.
Happy New Year.
I'm
Oh
good.
my God, I'm so excited to see y'all. So, but anyway, you can go on their website. Their website is so cool too. You can go on poundcakecosmetics.com and just kind of look around. I think they have like 5 different shades of this. Which one is this? I don't even remember which one is it. But anyway, yeah, go on the website, poundcakecosmetics.com, and support this young Liberian sister. I'm so proud of her, you know. I don't really know her, but I'm just really, really proud of her. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
What's there? Shot.
So yeah. So I will be leaving. I will turn it over to you guys to just, you know, do your thing. Do your thing. Because
so we forgot about the anyway. So they're just gonna, why don't you get on your phone? Because in fact, maybe you can show them poking you.
Who? I'm a pongo. I don't like needles.
So which one are you taking? Let me just warn you. I took Pfizer yesterday, and when she stuck it in my arm, it burned. It burned, and I was very surprised that it burned me. And I'm telling you, Matu,
Why don't you give her the opportunity to go get it?
No, scare me before I eat
first.
Let me know when you're ready. Yeah. Okay, so no, I'm taking, of course, my 3rd shot. I'm a Pfizer girl, so you're calling me. I gotta go.
What are you talking about?
I'm
going to get her booster.
I'm going to go get the 3rd shot, the booster shot. But I would try to log on from my phone while I'm there. I'm not going to do any video of me taking a shot because I am very terrified of needles.
Well, I see you being terrified.
Oh, no, man. Yeah. I got too
All
much.
that muff she got.
Too much big muff for people to be seeing how punkish I am. A big punk. But yeah, so we got some hot topics. I'm just going to turn it over to you guys. You know, you do your thing. Robena, Klade, Charlene, take it away. because if the one I want to talk in, that speaker, they're asking the American people for money.
Oh,
God,
stop.
Oh, goodbye. I'm gonna get people in trouble here. Wow.
So she got herself bought on the view thing.
Where is Mr. Didi?
Oh, Didi said he wasn't gonna be able to make it today, right?
He says Sunday. He had guests. Anyways.
But today is Wednesday, and it's what time in America? It's about.
Right, so ladies,
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
what about,
No, not Denise.
it is the new year, right? It is the new
Right.
year, 2022, January 2022. And we were gonna talk about New Year resolutions. So do you all have any?
So you start, since you started.
Well, actually for me, every single year, I don't remember the last time I had a resolution. So I am like a free spirit. I go with the flow. So however it goes for me, it goes. I'm not big on this year I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Of course I set goals for myself, but they're not resolutions because I feel like everything is attainable. So I just have to work towards my goal as opposed to saying, oh, this year I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, or this year I'm gonna grow my hair, or whatever the case may be. I'm not a resolution person, so that never works for me. What about you guys?
I do make my plans on my birthday because I consider it my new year.
Okay.
So a few days before my birthday, I like to sit by myself, review what I have done, make plans or targets for the next year, and then I can go through it. So I tried one time doing a new year, new me thing, going to the gym and getting on some strict vegan diet and all that, but it doesn't work. There's too much, I feel there's too much pressure to just change overnight. So I like to do it with my birthday, make my plan. I'm like, okay, I'm getting into a new age. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to focus on this year. And then, go through the year with it. So the new year basically meet me halfway in my plans.
So when is your birthday?
August 1.
Oh, Klade, we got a long time till we get to your resolution. I thought it was January 25th or something.
No. That's what I'm saying. I make my resolution for my new year, not the calendar new year.
I hear you. What about you, Robena?
Well, you know what? As December 31st, I was thinking about it a few days before the new year hit. And like you said, resolutions, they don't work. One thing I know is that I'm not focusing on any weight. I'm done with battling the weight nonsense. It is what it is. I am fabulous at 50 and loving it. And so I decided to focus on priorities, basically. And for now, my journey is to do me, focus on me, start new things that's going to bring in some sort of return in the future. But I'm ready now. This year, I actually feel that I'm ready to invest in me, invest in whatever God had laid his hand upon for me. So that's going to be it. I'm going to, with his guidance, put everything into whatever projects I may lay my hand on and just focus on it and enjoy it. Not giving myself any more limitations anymore because life is too short.
Yeah.
And I figured at this age now, I'm only going downhill. And so I don't have enough time to to be up about and running and stuff. So it's time to focus on what I need to leave back here whenever he takes me. So that's my goal.
It's a little bit scary that you at 50, you're starting to have those type of conversations where you're talking about downhill and whenever he takes me. That's a little bit creepy because
I know.
Reality.
Yeah, I think at 50, you're in your prime. This is when like everything that like would hold you back in the past, like you broke all those barriers, you're breaking all those chains, and you're just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit creepy to hear you talking about.
It's creepy, Charlene, but it's reality. And after being through seeing most of my friends passing, I took back and actually was like, you know what? When do you break those barriers? When do you actually say, you know what? I'm freeing myself from this and I'm moving. I'm going no matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's this year.
I mean, the thing about planning, constantly planning on when you're going to live, it doesn't really sit well. Yeah, life comes with all the ups and downs and the struggle and financial, problems here and there. But, planning to live, I don't know. I just really don't see it like that, because I just believe with resolution and with you making yourself and trying to remember life is a lot of different things. And one major thing is learning from other people's mistakes and seeing what happened in other people's life and trying to get the good out of it and do you.
Right.
So I don't think I really wait for something, or I just move.
Yeah, it's just
And that's
live.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
You know.
I
On
mean,
here,
considering
I see
COVID,
Selena.
you know that things can change like within
Yeah, that was a
seconds.
huge factor. That was a
Exactly.
huge
It's
factor
a
towards
huge
decision.
reality.
Right.
So,
So I see
I don't know.
in the comments, I know we don't get into comments this early, but I thought this was really cool. Belina is
What my
saying her
sister said.
resolution, yeah, she says her resolution is to continue to grow her business and have an impact, right? And then her second comment, which I think she was responding to me, saying that for you, Robena, to be talking about death at such an early age, she says, no, it's not. Nothing is promised. But this is Delina that runs a funeral home, right?
Yeah, but you see where I got to from. I think I talked. My sister and I have had conversations, and I mean, Belina may be younger, but I actually, I listen. I'm like, you know what? And I told her, I said, you know what, Nikki, you can be doing your funeral. I want nothing to do with your dead. I'm sorry, and I insulted my sister business, but I want to have nothing to do with dead people.
No, but people who run funeral homes, they have like gotten totally in tune with life and death.
Yeah.
They can pretty much, disconnect when it comes to death. Obviously, when it's your own personal family member or someone that you're close to, it's a different feeling. But people who run funeral homes, they have like a complete different perception on how life is supposed to go and how life ends. So, we hear you, Mom.
Oh God.
Trust me, when you've been in that situation a few times, it hits differently.
Yeah.
Everybody have their own way of dealing.
Yeah.
So
and as I say, you don't be scared. She's like, Robena, really?
I was scared the first time, when we were nursing school, they tried to take you to the morgue and close the door.
Right.
As a way of induction. And that's when you're actually scared. But then afterwards, you kind of understand that it's a part of life. And depending on how well you know the person, I tend more to celebrate the good things I know about people and keep that in my mind. So
yeah. Celebration of life. That's why I see now why people say celebration of life. Because when somebody moves on, yes, we're sad and we cry. But what are we left with? And what is that impact? What are we going to carry? And I'll tell you this, my son and I had a conversation yesterday, and my oldest son, Kyle there's been a lot in his life with his friends and so forth. And, you don't really know. Sometimes as parents, we just have these conversations, but when you're having the conversation and you're basically checking yourself through the conversation, you're like, oh my God, I said that. But, I told him, I said, Kyle, in life, sometimes we really don't need to sit with our counselors or therapists to get over something. I said, in your generation now, what you could do is you could actually turn this situation with your friends that you've lost. I said, you can turn it into like a podcast. You could do a talk show. I said, and you don't have to, you're someone who don't like to sit in an office with someone and speak with them. Sit and talk on your podcast. I said, and you will see interacting with people, how that would actually have an impact on you. I said that to him today, this morning. I came downstairs with the TV on. Oprah said the same thing. Oprah said she never went to a therapist. She said she used her platform to talk. And this is why she is what I was blown away. So that means to me, I told him, I said, you know what, little boy, listen to me. Something channeled me and told me to tell you this. Get a podcast.
The African setting, they always say, many ears are better than one. People work together to solve problems. So
Yeah,
just that sometimes you have to know who you're talking to and what you expect.
They don't like that
out of the
Olentan team. They don't
conversation,
like that team where they can
Here's
put on
the thing
somebody.
though, and I know you're not knocking therapy, but there are tons of people that have gone through therapy and have obviously recovered from certain things.
Oh,
and, you know, internalized a lot of things where people
Mhm.
are walking around with depression and whatever the case is. So being able to talk to someone is a great opportunity that, you know,
Right.
some people don't have because, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of times we as Black people, African Americans, we tend to have these conversations. We internalize so many things because
Yes.
we feel like we don't have someone to talk to. So,
Right.
you know, therapy to me, if it
It's,
works,
it's good. And it can be done the way that you want to do it.
and then also like with the advice that you gave to Kyle, if that's his personality to be able to get in front of a camera and talk and just talk and talk and talk and, you know, just voice his opinion and just be able to have a conversation pretty much with himself,
Right.
then let it work. You know what I mean? But there's
Yeah.
something that obviously can't.
I just see it as something, you know, and I feel strongly about it, that I see it as something that could be a big thing, you know, and that could have a huge impact because he's that kind of person. He has that kind of heart where he likes to, you know, Kyle's he's a giver and he likes to, you know, to have people have it okay. I want you to be okay. And I think if he just kind of venture out in that, he'll be good, you know, but you know,
Kyle's gonna be
what
good.
else?
So, all right. So the big thing of the year, the end of the year, going into the new year was our bicentennial.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
why are you breathing so heavily?
I don't know, me. I don't know.
All right, so
What are your feelings and your thoughts?
I was, you know, with the bicentennial, I was so
Well, before you give your explanation or your opinion on the bicentennial, tell us what the bicentennial is, and then we can go.
Well, so it's supposed to be the return of this.
What's supposed to be?
They were the bicentennial was celebrating 200 years of when the slaves returned to Africa or to Liberia. Yes, and I think the team had put together a couple of plans for tourism and business and investments that's supposed to run through 2021 December to 2022 December. So the focus was on the launch. I think they had a flight who brought people in about December 18 from the previous conversations. And they had a website and they reached out to a couple of business people to find out if they were interested in doing business in Liberia and how they could easily get around it. You know, all the talks was really nice. Yeah.
So what's your opinion?
Well, I mean, I wasn't impressed. I know that pulling off events in Liberia is a pain. Been there, done that. But I'm not too sure that their focus or was achieved. I don't think the kind of impact that they were hoping for was achieved. And part of it will be from them. I would say 100% of it will be from them, because when you plan an event, especially something of that magnitude, something that you expect to bring together too many people, you have to be open enough. You have to be able to get the flow. I know there were a lot of people working on the team, but I don't think the flow with the local Liberians were as much as it should have been to welcome them. So I saw pictures and video clips of the opening event on the Providence Island, and it was more like a neighborhood concert or something you're doing in some district or some zone. It didn't speak of a national event at all.
Okay, so I'll say this. I was actually in Liberia this Christmas holiday, so I didn't travel. And as much as we talked about the bicentennial, the return, I don't think that there was enough marketing, there was enough publicity So the different events, I would literally have to go search, oh, this is happening, that is happening. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't as in your face as, you know, other events have been. So quite honestly, I didn't attend anything, and it was a personal choice of mine. I wasn't in the whole holiday spirit to be up and around, and I wasn't feeling well anyway. But I didn't necessarily get that excitement that I thought would have been, you know, because there were tons of people that actually came from around the world. And of course, everybody didn't come necessarily for the bicentennial. There were a lot of people that came in for, you know, their annual trip to Liberia. But nonetheless, I didn't feel that excitement. I didn't get it. So I don't know. And I'm not really politically correct.
I see a lot of people, I know they were passionate. I don't know what their budget was for the event. And I don't know whether they really thought about how they were going to do the media work to sell the plans and to get sponsors. When you're doing events like that, you need sponsors.
I think you're like going in depth into the planning, and
yeah, but you know, if I ask them why it was like that, they'll probably say, oh, they didn't have enough support, they didn't have enough money. But that is key in having any event.
Well, I think
there is a budget. What was their budget? What was their target? How far did they fall from the target? I don't know.
We also have to understand that
we'll have to get that from the organizing team. So that shouldn't even be our issue. I think it should be more focused on what happened, what was the excitement, what was the most exciting thing about this bicentennial, this return, this Christmas holiday, because I can tell you the truth, I didn't experience any of it.
But it's not over, ladies. It is not over. It's supposed to be going on for the whole year, apparently.
But if you don't start, how will you end up?
So okay, so the starting was poor. I must agree. I didn't follow much of anything because of course I was busy, but the starting was not what we thought it would be.
I don't even know if they have a Facebook page where they were like showing up stuff besides their website.
Yeah, you saw more. What happened was this. You saw more of the parties that were going around town. Bunch of these white parties, this party, that party, the other party, the other one. There were so many different things until some of the things got missing in the team, and they were really supposed to be, you know, that some of the focus.
Salamartu says the budget was 1.5 million.
Really? Yeah, but it was okay. Is it for the whole year? Is it going to be for the whole year?
Maybe. Well, maybe it was for outfits.
Here's my opinion. Okay.
They need to come on and explain.
Robena, you said that it's a whole year event. Agreed. But nonetheless, that opening party, how you open is how that, you know what I mean? Like they say.
I know you left the impact. First impression means a lot.
You can tell the Christmas from the eve, right?
Yeah.
So it was the eve, and it didn't make that much of an impact.
Right.
Salamartu is talking more about the like the opening ceremony, the Providence Island stuff.
Right.
The government budget is $1.5 million. So I don't know where she's getting her figures from, but yeah.
But I think moving forward, what needs to happen is that, of course, you have, you know, we had the ladies come on here and they explained what was going on. I think there needs to be much more engagement than what has been done before. And in some of these things, you need to have the experts running it. You can't just ask anybody that you see passing around to come and do this because it's on such a huge scale.
I mean,
so you need to bring the experts in who actually, project managers is a project. They know what they're looking for. They know what they're doing. They know the deadline. They know what needs to happen. But you can't just bring anybody from anywhere and say, okay, you know what? Since they're busy not do this picnic before, all the other things will be the same. No, this is actually on the contract.
The thing is, even if you don't bring experts, right? We did not have a blank page. We have something to look at. Ghana right there. Ghana had a massive return.
But they also have experts doing it. They also have people who knew what they were doing.
Even if you don't have experts, you still have a roadmap that you can follow, that you can borrow, that you can
wish that did not happen. So let's just be real here. that the people who were part of the planning committee, there was such disconnect. First of all, we need to stop. If we're going to do something, we need to come together collectively and do it together. We can't do it in pieces. We can't do it because you vest with Mary or Paul and say, okay, well, I'm not going to give whatever. No, we need to come together collectively.
That's the key point, is the collective effort. So where you have the private sector trying to put together their events and then the private sector putting together their events, it kind of like overlaps each other. So we don't know where to focus.
There are a lot of overlaps. A lot of overlap.
That's where I think the
Salamartu says that the private sector planned the other events and the government did one event, and the 1.5 million was for Providence Island.
Only. The opening.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Y'all don't follow Salamartu in her comments. Y'all know she had her little issue the other day. So y'all don't follow Salamartu.
She's biased.
She's a hater. If people like too much Muya business.
So I think they need to go back to the drawing board. Moving forward, there needs to be much more engagement. There needs to be a lot more, the marketing needs to be they need to spend money on publicity. They really need, if you want the impact that you're doing, you need a publicity. You need somebody to do this, because it's not, nobody's getting the message. Nobody's getting, the message is not out there. It should be booming. And like I heard the other day, it should be on BET. BET should have been talking about it. These Black stations should have been talking about it here in the US, and just for people who were
but they were coming down. I think there is this thing with being a local Liberian and being a Bento, where there is a split between people that have lived in America and people that have only lived in Liberia. And I think with the planning committee, I don't think they involved a lot of the Liberians that actually
That's
know
the disconnect. That's the disconnect. And this is what happens.
There are a lot of private sectors. I know I'm not sure that they contacted Hot FM, because Hot FM is always on top of it when it comes to event and stuff. They do as much as they can for publicity. There are other radio stations, DJs and stuff. Like, even if they had a concert to get the young people involved, how many young persons even know what the Bicentennial is? There is not much. And Facebook is free for everybody to use. I'm not even sure that they even made use of social media the way other people use social media.
They should have had pamphlets. They should have had these little brochures at the airport. The hotels, everything was supposed to have the events, lines of the events. That's what was supposed to happen. As you landed, you got a little packet that you knew what was going on. Everybody who entered, that should have happened. And this is what happens when you have people who knows what they're doing.
No, but Robena, in their defense, I actually did see a WhatsApp message that had all the list of all the events. So
but was it in pamphlet style? Was it in a pamphlet style? Well, if I was at the hotel and I couldn't get on the web.
Very, very old school and primitive.
No, but your internet, sometimes the internet is not working when you first land.
No, but you needed billboards and stuff with the information on it. Like, you have major centers.
Oh, yeah, you could do billboards.
Restaurants.
Otherwise, I'm not working when you first land.
We're thinking, man.
You got restaurants, you got hotels,
let her be there.
I could wake up in the morning and be like, oh, what's happening in Monrovia today?
Then you take your phone and not working.
So if you have your phone and you have the flyer on your phone, why do you need to have a pamphlet? So what happens
is people do not have access to it with data. Let's be real, Kiri.
What?
Kiri, let me tell you, people that have the pamphlet sitting down with events from December 25th to January this. That's all you need it for. How would they find out what is paper?
So wait. If somebody sends you a WhatsApp message with all the events on it, right?
It would not be
it. It was not a photo. It was a link.
Wait, excuse me, right? No, there was a link. So you click on the link that one day when you turn your data on, then you do a screenshot and it's on your phone. So what is Robena talking about?
Sometimes your battery will die, right? You can't charge your phone. How you gonna see it?
Anyway, let's
You
find
can't
something.
charge your phone. How you gonna see it? Not talking.
No, but I think they
Mom.
need to, I think they need to revisit, you know,
Yes,
what the
I
thing
would
was,
have had
look
it in
at
the
what
phone.
went wrong,
Yes.
and connect with the people that can help make it better and do better with their media works. I mean,
Yes.
it's not late.
So I'm gonna ask Salamartu to please print pamphlets to tell the people what they show.
Yeah, they have to wait. She would be very. She will probably sponsor us to help her.
I'm tired with your man.
She said naked men were on the photo. Honestly, yeah, I mean the visual work.
Carrie Jeff,
The visuals didn't help. The visuals
You
didn't
want
help.
Whoa, trust me,
Okay.
I got a
They need to
passport.
revisit, they need to
Yeah.
revisit their team. They really need to revisit their team. I know most of them have gone back home, gone back America. They need to revisit their team, you know, re-strategize, and you know, make sure that the rest of the events are properly attended and you have receipts. You know, you need photos, you need hashtags, you need video clips, you need the young people to be wild, you know. Let them try to do better. I'm sure we can do way better than the 3 persons that they had at Providence Island.
I can't say something about food. Yo, please, can somebody block her?
What's she saying? I can't see her comment.
Let me tell you what it said. First of all, she said Sierra Leone made the NY Times best places to visit. Then she says next year will be better. What airport did passengers not the passengers not leave? Then she asking me now, did anyone give you flyers for AMEU? How did AMEU get in this?
Well, right. Y'all have link on your page.
Naked Man was on the photo. Then here's the big part of her comments. I want one of those beret wearers to come explain why the girl like this.
Matthew, please go take your shot.
Yeah, they need to shoot her in her mouth.
Also be in Liberia, the airport waiting for her.
Oh God.
Yeah, so then we had the Providence Island, right? And I think Providence Island was the most talked about event because that's when you had the government officials and all the people, the who's who of Liberia who actually attended. So it had a little bit more publicity than the private sector stuff. So guys, what's your opinion about that? How did that go?
I have a question. Did they have any? Okay, was the TV, KMTV's phone TV, were they following all of the other things that John Amos and were doing in the country? I mean, how much publicity? I'm sorry, I didn't watch a lot of it because I was busy, but was it well covered? Because even till now, I haven't seen, you know how Facebook will be flooded with things, but there was nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it was as well covered as previous events and other events in the country. Like, I mean, as soon as something's happening, if what's his name, President Weah gets up to speak, every single platform will have him on there, right? So every online platform, KMTV, Spoon TV, all the different TVs will have, you know, the coverage. And it was not the case with this bicentennial or this return. It was not the case. So again, I didn't follow too much of it. I did see where when John Amos was here, he actually the president met with him, and Dr. Kula, the president met with him, and then the mayor of Monrovia also, you know, went out and met with them as well and participated in the different events. So those are the two things that I saw as far as private public during the bicentennial or the launching of the bicentennial over the holidays. But it wasn't, it didn't have that great of a coverage.
It was supposed to be, I thought this entire thing, especially during the holidays, was supposed to actually bring together and bridge that gap as far as investors wise. Let's go see, let's go mingle, let's go, you know, kind of, and you would think this is what they would kind of follow to get the impact that we're supposed to get out of it, so more people can come in later. I thought that was the whole idea. I didn't think it was just about the party.
Well, Well, I'm sure they had the intent of having investors coming in and having, you know, these different sit downs to say, this is what the country has, this is what the country can offer,
Right.
this is what we need. I'm sure they had those type of conversations.
They had an
but
investment forum. I think they did. They had an investment forum. I think I saw that Peter posted that one time they had, but I didn't see much of, I don't know. Like I said, I was busy, but this is what I gathered when they came on. This is what the hype should have been for people to look forward to the new year and look forward to, okay, you know, we could go somewhere, but it's like cricket, you know, cricket, nothing.
I think they're focused on investment and having the government be a full part of what they were doing slow them down. It's difficult doing business in Liberia, you know, and I think they were more focused on finding ways to make it easier instead of actually just getting people to get engaged in the process. Sometimes you can't get things to work if people are not in the process and pushing it. If you have like 50 investors trying to do different businesses, obviously people will be fast enough to, you know, push up the process and get ways in with you know, benefits and duties or whatever they need to get it done. So anyway, it's still a whole year. I'm
Right.
yeah,
hoping
And
that
we claim that we want it. So you can't, the thing about this dog eat dog world, if you want something, you got to go after it. It's not going to chase you, especially if this person is the one who's holding it, you better go for it. And I would think that's something that we would ride on. You know, bring that TV, people. Y'all, you need to bring it out there so people can see that we're serious. But if we're just taking all the party part of it out of it, then I don't understand. You know, just
yeah, I think because it was such a slow start, I think they will go back to the drawing board
yeah,
and try to, you know, revamp and then, you know, have a
right.
good closeout. So we'll
depending
see.
if their passion is that way,
Yeah,
if they are happy with what they did, you can't expect more, you know.
to be quite honest, I listened to, I listened to Spoon TV right after the Christmas holiday, and they were talking about it Bicentennial, and not and I don't want to, you know, speak ill about what they did. I think it was a great effort. The thought processes were proper, were right, but the delivery was a little bit not so great. But when I listened to Spoon TV, they also didn't have, like, you know, rave reviews about the bicentennial. So again, it's just about constructive criticism so that they do understand and know that, yeah, go back to the drawing
And
board.
just let them know that we are all willing to help to make this happen. I mean, it's all of us. And if we do not do it together, you're not going to get the result. It's not about me or you or this. It's we need to do it, and we're willing. We're willing. We're more than happy to help and you know, contribute towards this because this is big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully. If they
Hopefully
are
they'll reach out.
happy, I know they will do more. If they
Yeah.
are satisfied with what they did, then we can't expect anything else.
Well, Klade, the type of reviews that they've gotten back, I don't think there'll be any satisfaction. I think they were like literally go and say, okay, this is what we need to do. Let's see how we can work on it, and let's see how we can make this better.
Right.
It's about the country, and
Right.
it's such a big event, you know what I mean? For
Yeah.
us, for it to have been 200 years since the first settlers came back to
Yeah.
the country.
Did they even have a concert?
I don't think so.
You know, like things the anyway.
I
Well,
think we should just wait for down the line because there
yeah,
are more things
hopefully.
coming. So, you know, like I said, if they need, you know, you all need any help, hey, more than happy to
Yeah, the
assist you.
government are also, I'm going to try to see if I can find the government's list of events. So they were supposed to obviously do the Providence Island thing, and then dedication of the, or rededication of the executive mansion. So there's supposed to be a couple of things that's supposed to be happening in the next couple of
Is
weeks.
the measure completed now?
Well, it's supposed to be, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they've actually been working really hard on that building. Like, you go by there, you see tons of people there working all the time. You see, you know, some more small things happening on the outside, and that's just on the exterior part of the building. So I can only imagine what they've been doing on the inside. So it's actually a good thing because that mansion has been sitting in rumbles for a very long time.
Long time. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, that's small.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Now can we noise? So this girl is trying to insist that we talk about this House Speaker Buffer Chambers falls on the US.
So we need to wait till closer to the end when she can come on after the finish poking her in the arm.
Yeah, so when she comes, she can tell us what she said. So how do you I don't really know the story. I don't know the back end of this story.
Oh God.
But the Speaker of the House is asking for additional support from the US. So it's funny that we're asking for support and our budget, we are sitting here bribing our lawmakers. They're getting $30,000 each to do whatever it is that they say they're doing. So I don't see how we continue to ask people. It's like me going asking Robena for money and I'm going to go buy clothes instead of trying to pay my school fee. Like how is that okay? How do we continue to ask people for money and the monies that we do have, we're misusing it? So that's just my
it's just supposed to get it like that, right? It's just supposed to happen because they say, oh well, you know what, the other countries are entitled, so we're entitled to it too. How first of all, accountability. Can you bring down a list of things that we're doing that's actually beneficial to the people? Can you, at least if we can give us a list, then you can come and start asking. But you have absolutely nothing when they ask about anything you all don't know. So I don't understand, sir, how you can come and ask, and you're not coming with something that's substantial to anybody.
The conversation starts, like people start having conversations, and when you don't know where to go with your conversation, the next thing you do, you start asking America, because it's not even like, oh, can y'all please make sure y'all make us visa free or make sure travel is easier for our citizens to come to the US. It's more about money. So our thing is we always are out there with our hands out looking for money and trying to beg for something. And I think Liberia has so many resources that we can actually use instead of constantly being out there with the little pen begging for little crumbs, because that's all we get. We end up getting crumbs and we always end up with a short end of the stick. So I don't know what was the motivation behind the speakers.
I don't know either.
But at the end of the day, I think this is a new year. I think we need to do things differently as opposed to be constantly asking the international community for money.
Let's get motivated. Let's the one we got within our country. Let us become. Let's use our private sector.
Whatever we have, in even as little as it is, we're not accountable.
Yeah.
No accountability.
We're asking for something else.
How are you gonna ask?
Give somebody money when they don't even know what they did with the first ones. I don't understand what sense is behind that.
I don't either.
You've not been responsible enough to even manage what you have by yourself.
Yeah, your own money.
Enough to manage what you have been given, but you're still brave to ask for more. Which planet are you from?
Planet Liberia.
Yeah, so it's another world.
Yeah, I don't know what the motivation was.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
So I went to the store, I bought egg, I bought tissue, I bought meat, I bought rice, I bought tuna fish. Give me a list. Let me see, Robena, I think you for some more money because the money finished. But yeah, the items I bought, and this is how you say, hello, you're gonna just tell somebody, say, oh, we need to, because other countries, are you joking? That's a serious joke. Come on now.
Like I said, it's a new year. We as a country need to revisit a lot of things and then plan accordingly. And whatever it is, if it's dry rice and rear oil, then let's make do with that instead of always asking and looking for other people to save us, because it's not going to happen. At some point, we have to take responsibility for ourselves and be able to stand on our own 2 feet.
Right. We need to start doing that. We really do. And it needs to start with them. They need to start doing that because
Oh,
they're
okay. That would be start with the
because people look at people in leadership positions and they actually mimic what they do. Some people have enough sense to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that because I know it doesn't make any sense. Because in reality, in actuality, that's not how it works. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Klade, you quiet? What's up?
I know, right? She ain't talking to none. It's
I waiting for my topic.
oh.
Because I mean,
I was so weak when I saw the
matured.
article.
We have not matured. And to think that these people have been in the house for so long that they should understand international relations and how money business work and how development work, at least even if they have not been exposed to the outside world before, the fact that they have been in the house for so long, they've been able to travel, see other country, interact with other world leaders, other parliamentarians, and they're not taking any lesson from there, you know. The buffer chima man said, what change he been to school.
Klade.
Yeah, he changed his
Oh.
name. He been
Oh.
to school outside, so he has been out. He understands a lot of things. It's not like somebody who has been local in Liberia all their life and then they went through to their house. He has had external experience and great ones too, because he know plenty of book. So it's just really, really baffling to see people that you expect to do something better, not doing it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the story of our lives. And
Congratulations, Salamartu.
You're done?
You put your hand in banish?
How does it feel? Can you please get on so we can see your boo-boo? Did it burn?
so, Klade, let's go to your topic because obviously you've been sitting there tapping your feet since we
That
started.
probably was too juicy.
So we get to your topic. So
But what is your topic?
So,
yeah, go ahead.
you know, over the holidays, I was going through Facebook and looking at all the excitement when it comes to relationship and love and all that. People coming home to see, you know, people that they've been virtually dating for a while, people coming home to their spouses that they left or their late and things. And then I'm like, not everybody had left. Everybody's going back to their lives. Some people came on holiday, but they actually are engaged, they're married, they have a whole family where they came from. And they came to Liberia for just the little few weeks on holiday. They found someone else. They were balling here and there. And I know I'm saying it from my nursing experience. By March, you know, by the end of February, March, you start seeing plenty of new belly. You know, yeah, you start seeing a lot of people are pregnant, you know, from the holidays and stuff.
Because they had a good time.
I mean, yeah. So I'm like,
no protection.
Is this a deal breaker? So if I have my husband and he goes on holiday, or I have my boyfriend, he goes on holiday to Liberia, and then 2-3 months later on, someone is calling my house to tell me that, oh, he got a girlfriend there and the girl is pregnant. Is it a deal breaker? You know, how is that supposed to be handled? Is that something that's supposed to be like, okay, we will accept the child and then we can move on with our relationship? I'm really curious to how people handle those kind of situations.
So
I think the way
since you're so excited about this topic, what do you say? Is it a deal breaker for you or?
Yes, for me, it's 100% a deal breaker. I understand that people are not perfect. I understand that people have fun, they have sex when they're on holidays, but you have to be cautious of your life. You know, you have to plan your life. If you're a guy and you're having fun, you know you have a family, you have to be considerate of what happens if you have a child that will be somewhere else away from you. You can have fun, but what happened to condoms? You know, what happened to condoms? Considering that you have a family, considering that you married,
for me, it's a deal breaker because I feel that you're supposed to be responsible enough to know that you can have fun and not leave receipt. You know.
So, Klade, what's the ratio right now of people leaving, getting women pregnant in this day and age with everything that they have? In such a manner that you're sitting. What is, do you have any numbers on that? Because I thought that kind of thing used to happen back then.
Numbers. Most times you probably will find cases where people will decide to do abortion, terminate and all that. But there are cases where, like the Moali case where the situation was bigger than the girl. She was like, oh, she's like,
because they got too many preventative measures now than for you to be getting somewhere.
One thing is, if you're a guy or if you're a girl and you're already attached to a family, it is your personal responsibility to take that prevention. And I hope that when the person gets pregnant or when something goes wrong, then you can correct it from there. That's how I see it.
Well, I like Michael Padmore's answer where it says what happens in
It's on the Vegas. Yeah, Papa. The new Vegas.
I personally,
you remember that, Mikey? Well, you Vegas. You see I was stripped up a boulevard. What are you talking about?
No, for me,
yeah, man.
It's like this, right? Depending on the relationships, you actually have women and men that are in marriages, relationships, that they are aware that everybody is living their lives. You go to Liberia, you go do your thing. I'm in America, do my thing. You know what I mean? Like some people have those unspoken agreements or unspoken relationships, right? So depending on the dynamics of the relationship, then it could be a deal breaker. It could be something where you're like, okay, you know what, it's inevitable. This was going to happen because you live in Liberia, I'm living in America. And you know what I mean? So like, there has to be, you're not going to live in Liberia for 9 months out of the year and be by yourself and wait to have these Zoom conversations or Facebook or FaceTime conversations. So if somebody is living in Liberia, living in America, of course, these type of things are going to happen. So it just depends on the dynamics of the relationship and how you guys communicate. But if it's like you in that country there, don't be with nobody, and then there's a baby, then you have to decide am I gonna continue being here or am I gonna leave? But there's been so many cases where men have had kids outside of their marriages, and of course, plenty of women who are like, I would never ever accept that kind of thing in my house. And then what happens? Like it happens.
Accept, right?
Yeah,
and that's because it's a child.
It happens, and then you realize that, yeah, this isn't how I planned my life, but this is how it turned out. So now let's figure out how do we move forward.
Yes.
Am I going to walk away from it because I can't deal, or am I going to stay there and fight through with my husband, my boyfriend, my whoever, you know what I mean? Right. So it just depends on the dynamics and how things work in your relationship.
Right. That level of what you're so right. What you have within your relationship and what the two of you understand. And that actually would help moving forward, But if it was already messed up and, things happening, well, that's a perfect way to actually leave.
Yeah, I think
if you wanted to leave, you would have known that you wanted to leave in the first place. There is no doubt.
I think maybe you already kind of rocket shake it anyway. So if this type of stuff happens, then you're like, man, listen, I'm out. But if you do have a solid relationship,
exactly,
and everybody can
work around it.
And we only give these passes to men. If a man goes out there and have a baby, they get a pass. But if woman go have child outside, child looking at somebody else, then that's that double standard that we deal with. But that's what society calls.
Real conversation.
If I go say child support ain't got visa, what's different in America?
No, but I mean, it's just people have, the thing is, I like the UK when it comes to family planning because the woman have all rights to decide on what she wants to do, and it's sad to say that we don't have that much education. But for me, when you pass 22, I feel you're very responsible. You know exactly what you're doing, so you can be pregnant by mistake.
Of course.
That's how I feel.
No, but you're right. You can't be pregnant by mistake, nor can you get a female pregnant by mistake.
Exactly, because you are aware of
All the
what
repercussions
can lead
You know
to.
what?
Yeah.
Let me
It's
tell
a
you something. When our
choice.
little girl growing up, and I would say this here. Once, one of our little woman, she used to say, and was frisking. She used to say, and I'm mistake, but our teenager, and I remember hearing it. She said, that when I'm mistake, she said, the time you talk to roll your underwear down. Oh, that's why you want to run it down. You should have thought about it. Then I'm mistake. But when that woman said that thing from that time, I used to think about it like, you know what? She's so right. Because you have that time whilst you're rolling down to think about, say, you know what, something different can be happening here. So if you can listen to, don't mistake the time you talk to roll your underwear down. Don't mistake, oh man.
I don't feel it's a mistake, like sometimes people will be like, oh, I asked the girl if she on family planning and she say yes, so I want to. So what about you, the guy? Yeah. Why didn't you, if you know you don't want a child, why didn't you prevent it? Why are you leaving the responsibility to the woman to do so? What's stopping you? Yeah.
And we always limit sex to just family planning, to getting pregnant. What about all the STDs?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because there's so much that comes with that, It's not just you getting pregnant. You could leave from there with gonorrhea and all these different things for the rest of your life. Those STDs are deadly.
Facto senda.
Deadly. What's the deadly? So
yeah.
So that way you're it?
Yeah, I don't know how people deal with that though.
Yeah, but honestly, and I think
I can visualize it.
And I think the ladies or the men that are in these situations,
and most times it's really traumatizing because you and this person, you got relationship, you're okay, everything is okay. Then just few weeks later after their holiday, somebody's calling to tell you, oh yeah, he got a girlfriend.
I'm so stuck on this holiday thing. They're not your holiday time.
Most times it's holiday because during holiday people are out, people are partying and all that. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody in their right mind hopes and plans for this, right? But when it happens, then you kind of have to figure out, how do I move forward with this? So because you haven't experienced it, of course you're gonna be like, I can't deal with this. But the moment that it comes to you, you're like, look, listen, maybe I really do like this guy. We're building together. We've established so much together. So maybe at that point, you might have to rethink that whole, I can't deal with, maybe I can deal, because maybe you $1 million in a hole with this investment. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but all that should have been considered though.
All of that should have been considered, but since it was not considered, now you're at this place where you are.
I don't think you have been allowed the position, or that you have been allowed the plan to be seated appropriately within that relationship. Because if you know that there are all those investments and everything, and the person don't respect it enough to know that if I mess up, this is what is going to happen, and a lot of trickle down reactions is going to make things, turn to ruins.
Yeah, but again, playing devil's advocate, you could really have put so much time and effort and money into this situation that you say, okay, you know what? I don't want to be bothered. I want a divorce, right? But the potential of growth is a whole lot more within that relationship than it is with you, single. So it's just it has to be an individual decision. I mean, obviously, I've never been in a situation where somebody had a baby on me, but I'm just saying, like, you gotta weigh the situation and weigh it out as for your personal situation. it can't be like a blanket thing where I can't deal with this. And then
Yeah,
when
and you
it
can't
comes
make that
to-
decision
yeah,
instantaneously.
and
You
then
literally
when it
have to
actually
sit.
does come, like you've toned it out for so long, or you have exited out for so long that you're not even prepared that this could possibly happen.
And you gotta start dealing with the full money being cut to send to Western Union.
Yeah, we gotta, the baby gotta eat too. That baby gotta eat. And what we all need to know and understand is when that baby gotta eat, you as the mother, because I care if you stepmom or you mom, mother is a mother. So you gotta be able to let our child eat too. You gotta be part of the providing factor in the child's life.
You know what? Yeah, it takes, and you can't make that decision quickly. When you're upset, the worst time to make a decision is when you're very upset. You know, it takes stepping back for a little bit, and because here now it changed the dynamics. You have a human being.
Hard.
But it also depends on the attitude of the person. If the person have no remorse or they don't think that anything was wrong, it's a part of.
And that's what she said. It's an individual decision. And if you see that it's not going anywhere, and again, I would throw it out there. If a relationship was rocky before and the person went and did what it did, that means the person do not want to be there. You know, and at that point, just let it go. You know, but you will know. I think
there was a situation where somebody came to get married and they already married in the States.
And you know how many times that thing happened? You know how many times those kind of stories come back?
And they were under the live, the guys' daughters were under the live post with a mom.
Now that's really shady.
Talking about how he left him to come to Liberia and he's getting married and he's responding to them.
Oh, you lie, Klade. That's not even true.
Yeah. So I'm like, what is this one? Yeah, he was getting married. He left his wife and his wife, his daughter, his sister and all. Everybody.
Yeah, but you know, I don't think that's unique to Liberia. It just happens that we are Liberians and we know each other. Our community is so small. I'm sure those other people, the people in front of the islands, they be having those situations too. So
yeah, it's not unique.
Yeah,
it's not unique. Yeah,
it's unique to us. But girl, again, that's another touchy topic and a touchy subject. And
I know, Klade. Where you got that one from?
Yeah, everybody got it.
Oh, she got it from a holiday. I forgot.
Yeah, she got it from watching Facebook videos.
Holiday visits.
Yes.
But I think I think everybody has to approach everything as an individual.
I mean, it's different if you're hearing about, your spouse cheating, but bringing a whole receipt.
So the problem is the receipt. So the problem is
that conscious effort. The cheating is an issue by itself, But the fact that
you mean the baby?
With a child, yeah.
Yeah, the baby is
with a child, the life actually takes a different turn.
No, I think it definitely does take a different turn, and it definitely changes the dynamics of the relationship and the family structure, because now you have to now think that okay, we're talking about a child being born here in Liberia and a child and a father living in America with his family, right? So maybe it won't change it too much, but if the opportunity comes up that the child is actually going to the US and then the father has to spend the child's birthday and spend Christmas, or the child has to come and spend Christmas at your house, because for me, it's never the child's fault. So you can never say that I don't want you to have any communication with this child. I don't want you to be around this child, because it's not the child's fault. And every child should have access to mother and father, regardless of what the dynamic of the family is, right? So if the opportunity comes up, the child is actually in the same country, same states, they're in the same area, of course the dynamics in the family changes, because daddy got to be at the birthday party with for the child's birthday party. Daddy got to go buy the kids Christmas gifts and things like that. So in my opinion, as a female, if that happens, nobody seeks for that in their life. But if it happens, you just gotta you gotta humble your heart and just pray for that child and pray for your relationship with that child. So there's no animosity between you and the child. So that child never feels, there's already this stigma with outside children.
Exactly.
You already have this stigma, right?
Yes.
So you're not going to continue. You don't want to be that parent or that woman that will continue to make a child feel like you're outside.
Right. And that part I do.
Yes.
Those kind of
things like,
if you're going to take it over, you're going to take it over. And you're going to be a responsible adult about it. You're not going to make that child feel like they should be left out. That's the part that some people tend to do, and that's not right, because that child had nothing to do with two adults who went and did what they did, So I don't think that a child should be treated.
What did they go to?
They were kids.
They do. They were eating. They were eating when they were eating it.
I think it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
And pray to never have to go through that. But if the situation comes up, then you just have to face it and face it head on.
Right.
Right.
It's so true. That's you actually such a be in love with that man. be in love with that man and be.
I don't think I would be of any help to a friend that is going through that situation.
That's very, very bad. You cannot give your friend.
I don't think I'll be able to give any help or support to someone going through that, honestly.
For me, when it comes to advising a friend in a relationship, I always just kind of, when a friend comes to me and tell me this is what's happening, I kind of just listen to whatever you got going on. It's like, sweetheart, you just got to make the right decision. Whatever makes you happy, do it. But to tell you, say, leave from there. Hell no, that's never going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah, because you're not the one who's in it.
Yeah, I would never tell you that because I don't know.
We don't do that. I would say when I'm me, I will not take care.
Yeah, I will not take it. And then when the time comes and it's you will take it. Then your friends say
exactly. So this is why you don't talk and you just leave it alone. Like you said, just listen, and that's it. Everybody would have to make that decision. That person who's in a situation have to make that decision. Nobody can make it for them.
Yeah.
So
no, I definitely, I'm like, look, listen, whatever works for you. If that man beating you and you like it, stay. If he beating you, you tired. Yeah, I'm not telling you that the man will bust your eye or move from that. No, go ahead. I love it.
He will bust your eye. Wow, that's extreme.
I'm not that one. I'm not that friend. No.
So Charlene, how is the town? Is it quiet down? Is things quiet down now?
I think so. And like I told you, I wasn't like all in this whole holiday celebration thing. At a certain point during the holidays, I wasn't feeling well. So, but I did go out a couple of times, and I remember I went out the night that they were having the white party at Twister. They had a white party at Twister. I had no intentions of going to that, but I was out that night, and the whole place was packed. Like it's a parking lot.
The only event that really looked like an event.
Yeah, and they put furniture outside in the parking lot, so the whole parking lot was blocked. There was no cars going in and out, so the whole parking lot was they had lounge chairs and stuff like that. That place was flooded with people. Like it got to the point because we ended up going to 231, and like it was just so crowded at the white party. When we looked up, the whole 231 was full of white clothes.
Yeah. What? No.
I mean, it was the only event that actually was like a Christmas, a holiday event.
Yeah. But no, they had a lot of stuff going on. Like I went to Calabash a couple of times, and both times that I was there, it was full of people, just a whole lot of people around. So I think there was a huge group of people that actually came into the country. Of course, again,
a lot of people.
Events.
So I think businesses just need to make more use of their social media platforms so that people will have an idea on what they can provide and what they can do.
Right.
Because it's really difficult, getting communication with a lot of the businesses.
Yeah.
And the
We
thing
also-
is that they make that money during the holidays, and that's it, you
Exactly.
know.
We-
That so
need
it's like
to-
the whole year you'll strangle, you know, whatever the onesies and the twosies may come, but that money, the bulk of what they make actually happens around the
Yeah,
holiday.
yeah, I
And that
agree.
was a good thing, you know, that at
And
least,
considering COVID too, it was actually a good business.
oh,
So the investment
Yeah.
in
And
publicity should have been.
my friend came in with her kids, and who were sitting there at Mama Point one evening, and we're asking him like, "How are you enjoying Liberia?" And his uncle says, "Oh, you know what he said? He said he want to stay in Liberia because there's no COVID here." So in that little boy mind, because we're not walking around with masks and washing our hands and all that stuff, he said he wants to stay because there's no COVID here.
Well, there is COVID there. Just
There is
people
COVID,
are not
but we're
taking it
not
as
taking it as
serious.
seriously as others. Like I was sitting with somebody today, and he said his, I think his cousin had come from the States, and he went to take a COVID test on his way back. He was getting ready to leave, and he tested positive. So he tested positive. So he's like, "Yeah, but that man got COVID on me, and he was just in the car together. The way I threw that boy out of my office today." How you running around in the streets with somebody with COVID, with somebody
right.
with a COVID test, and then you telling me that man got COVID? Then you sit in my office. I'm like, let's go.
But I mean, people are still not too literate on what is happening. So you
But the thing about
who
it,
know what it is will keep yourself safe. That's all.
yeah.
You can't
And the thing
can't
about
put
it
them
is,
in a belief if they're not willing to learn or understand that there are actual impacts. And the bad thing is people that are suffering from long COVID rarely have issues.
Yeah.
yeah.
Rarely have issues. So if you have not been affected up to now, you better keeping safe.
Yeah, a friend of mine
Serious
is
issues.
actually fully vaccinated and boosted. She's actually gotten COVID twice, not here in Liberia, in the States. So obviously, even with the vaccinations, you can still get.
Yeah, we're still getting it. Yeah,
but
we're still getting
it won't affect you as much as it would if you have not gotten vaccinated, Klade.
They've actually mandated masks back in our area, so everywhere you go now, out in the stores and the businesses, we have to put masks back on.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's weeping havoc over here. It's everywhere, you know. But then there's a mixture because this thing. Remember the last time we were on the show, I talked about this flu I had, this ugly flu. Well, come to find out, they were they were doing rapid tests on me. They did it twice, and they came back negative. Well, I listened to ZC on TV. They said that the rapid testing would not tell me if I had COVID or not. So I believe I had it. You know, all of a sudden this thing came and it actually felt like it. You know, I don't even know what COVID feels like, but I know I think
them COVID virus dating each other. You got flu, and
Corona,
Corona, and then we have the Delta Cron.
And they're making some Southern babies.
They said it mixed it, you know, but it kind of like that. Somebody was saying the hurricanes, as they come, the new one come, we'll give it a name, you know, until we get to see it and we start all over.
Well, I just think there are different strains of the flu. I think that's what it is. Because if you listen
and we're going to see this for the rest of our lives. And I mean, I don't know. This is what's probably going to fade a lot of people out because it's going to keep coming in different forms. You know, it's like malaria. Every time they have to adjust. You know, you can't take Resacine or whatever anymore because the malaria, the kind that's around, it's already immune. So the mosquitoes may bring that to you, man. I finish with that, you know. So I think that's what's gonna happen until
we just hope that everybody keeps safe.
Yeah, keep your mask on. You know,
keep
especially
your mask on if you can. Take your immune system boosters if you can. Wash your hands.
And what about the advice of taking the vaccine?
Oh, you take it.
People are taking the vaccine.
I want to hear from Klade.
People are taking the vaccine. I still have my reservations.
Oh, you haven't taken it?
I still have my reservations for the sciences. I've said long ago, and I think is coming in. I didn't believe that the vaccine would have been a one-off thing. I've always said that the vaccine will be either twice a year or maybe less. And
Yeah.
I see it going in that direction, which proves that.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah.
We will do it like how we take the flu shots, like how
Exactly. That I
Yeah.
see it because it's virus. You know, it takes a
Yes.
long time to study to be able to be sure that you can do something once and for all. And with all the influx of information and the science and everything, it just didn't make sense to me at the beginning
when
that it was
comes
going to be a one-off. Oh yeah, get the vaccine and you're okay.
and then you're safe. Yeah. When it
So
comes
Jackie
to
poking us.
when it comes to people who decide not to get vaccinated, I'm never like offended by it. My only thing is if you decided you're not going to get vaccinated, obviously let people know, like, listen, you know, I'm not vaccinated. You know what I mean? Just at least give them the option to say, you know, let's hang out, let's hug, let's be in the same space, because I think that's some of the deception that's out there, that everybody just assumes that we're all vaccinated, so we all sit very closely and share, you know,
That's
the
why they
same
are talking about chips now.
What kind of chips?
Oh yeah, they're talking about microchip to scan and your vaccination status.
What?
Yeah, you know how they have the contraceptive thing that they put on here.
Oh, really?
They're looking at something like that. Hence the controversy with all.
But it's the vaccine is now mandated, right? When you're traveling internationally.
It is.
Not really, no, because
not
when
necessarily.
not necessary, because when you get certain countries will reject you. Certain countries will reject you. You don't have
Countries will ask you to quarantine for longer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you have to test. So they're not saying that you have to take it. But if you're not taking it, just get ready for all the baloney that's behind it.
Yeah.
Because you will go through it.
There's a lot of procedure if you don't take.
You just take the vaccination.
Interesting.
So is Macho coming back?
No, because I'm about to
roll out. I think we're going to go now.
Okay. All right, lady.
I think she's still crying for the needle.
No, though she has to sit down for 15 minutes. I hope she didn't have an allergic reaction to the tea, because she hit me right back. Matu?
Yeah, I finished. All right, ladies.
Oh, okay. So you all right? You don't have any rashes, eh?
All right, girls. I'm
all right.
heading out.
Good to see you guys. Love you all. See you on Sunday.
Bye.
Oh, here she is.
She needs to be recording.
Soon.
You okay? There she is.
See? I think she's driving now and she can't speak. So
we can't hear you.
I feel like my face is greasy.
Hey, how are you?
How was it?
You made it.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
I'm a Pfizer girl.
Yay.
I'm all boosted up. I'm good. So how was it? Are we done? Are we?
Yeah, we're done. We're waiting for you to do your technical works.
I think Kara is gone.
Kara, when she let her run away. I don't understand. Quit her run away.
Go turn the generator off.
Hey, you mama.
The top of the few.
She woke up for us. Why? About pamphlets.
You mama. But anyway, thanks, ladies. So I will be on. We'll do this again on Sunday.
Alrighty.
I was enjoying the social topic, but I couldn't talk. Yeah, but I couldn't talk. But anyway, we'll see everybody next week. No, not next week, on Sunday. This Sunday, same time, 3 p.m.
It's a nice social topic.
Oh, we'll find. Yeah, the social topic we're giving it to Klade. Let her begin.
Y'all be scared to discuss some of the topics, man. So
no, not me. That
in 2022 now, we're going all out. So
yeah, that not me.
Please cue some of us, okay?
Some people will plead the fifth.
So we can be ready.
All right, ladies. So good night, everybody.
You know about our pastor and
see y'all on Sunday.
I want Auntie that can stay on Facebook all day because she will be here to come here. I call her LA girl. She do her thing.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm trying to stop the recording. Here we go.